Welcome to the beginner tutorial on using 360-degree images in Flutter. We'll also show you how to get free images and display and navigate the images. It's easy and fun. We'll cover the most popular package for Flutter. It's called Panorama Viewer, which is an update of the package Panorama. The default settings of the Panorama Viewer package allow for easy navigation using a swiping motion either horizontally or up and down. We also cover AI-generated images and show you how to get them. The Panorama Viewer package has pinch to zoom, so you can be navigating around a larger 360-degree image, zoom in on a particular scene. For large-scale scenes, 360-degree images offer a significant advantage over normal images. This image was taken with a Pixel 2 XL and it has some stitching errors in it. The Ricoh Theta images have better quality of the stitching. Panorama Viewer can also be used for this type of mountain shot where you're going along a ridge. You can link the images together from within inside each of the spheres. This tutorial just covers the display of Panorama Viewer, and shows some of the things that can be done with the viewer. This is a AI generated scene. It's pretty cool and also freely available with commercial use possible at no charge. Let's dive straight into the code. Using the smallest code base possible, we'll create a brand new project so you can see all the steps. And in fact, I'm going to create an empty project with a -- empty. I'll just create it for Android. You should change this to whatever your platform that you want to build for. It works on iOS and desktop as well. And call it a meaningful name with the underscores in the directory name, not the hyphen. Change directory into the .guide panel directory that was created by Flutter. We're going to add the Panorama Viewer package, which is the only dependency that you need in this tutorial. From the project folder, the syntax is flutter pub add panorama _ viewer. You should see the dependencies being added for you automatically. We'll make a directory off of the root project folder called assets. In assets, we'll create another subdirectory called images. Then we're going to start up VS Code. I have the Dart and Flutter extensions installed on VS Code. In the pubspec.yaml file, we're going to need to add the assets directory. Under Flutter, indent, then do assets, indent it again, and then put this hyphen space. There's no quotes around the assets/images. The pubspec.yaml file is smaller than the default pubspec.yaml because I used -- empty. Let's grab the free images from the URL in the description of this video, or you can search online for 360 images, maybe Creative Commons or free license. Using the link on our free form, we've already gone through the licenses to try to help developers. This is just completely free for the community. And we've gone through some common imaging sites like Flickr, Unsplash, and Pixixid. Some of the ones, especially on Flickr, require an attribution clause. Make sure you read the license if you're planning to distribute the images in your application. However, we have gone through the licenses, and as far as we can tell, these are developer friendly. To show what might be coming for 360 images in the future, we have some that are made for games, we have some that are AI generated, as well as some that are directly from the camera. Copy your images into assets/images. It's the folder that you just made at the beginning of the tutorial, and assign them meaningful names. In my case, I assembled it into a folder prior to this tutorial. I'm now going to paste it, or copy and paste it into this assets/images. So VS Code asked me, are you okay copying it? I'm okay. The images will be in equirectangular mode with a 2:1 aspect ratio. Let's just run the bare bones app, which is super bare bones. It just has a center and a text widget in there that says hello world. Remember that your 360 images do need to be in a 2:1 aspect ratio. Although this is a bare bones app, we're still going to piece out the scaffold into a separate widget. This will make navigation to a separate screen for the panorama viewer a bit easier in the future. So I'm just going to call it home screen. And within the scaffold, it now just has a center widget with text. We're going to change this to panorama viewer. And on my system, I do have an auto import for the panorama viewer. So if you look at the top on line 2, it did automatically import it for me. The panorama viewer requires a child, which is an image. And we're going to use the built-in Flutter image.asset. In this tutorial, I'm storing the images locally within my application. If you store it on a network, you should use image.network. You need the relative path, which includes the assets/images. So you could just get the file name, or you could right-click on it and then get the relative path from within VS Code. So if you copy the relative path, it will also include the assets/images portion of it, or the location of the image. And I'm going to select an image for the National Park Service, the Carlsbad Caverns, which was taken with a Ricoh Theta Z1, which has a 1-inch image sensor and has excellent low light capability. The way you normally take this type of image is you put the 360 camera on a monopod, then you put the monopod on the floor, and you most likely hide behind a pillar. With just that simple panorama viewer, we already have the 360 navigation, up, down, swipe, also zoom in, and you can check out some of the capabilities of the Ricoh Theta Z1 image here, where it does the signs are viewable even in this type of tough lighting condition. This image was actually taken by Michael Larson for the National Park Service in the United States. I have the completed code on GitHub under the commit added panorama viewer. I'll cover the thumbnails in the next video. These videos will be put in a playlist on YouTube.